Prepare for a criminal revolution, gamers. In GTA 6 we might finally get our hands on a feature we've all been secretly wishing for. Ever dreamt of holding up pedestrians for their hard-earned cash? In GTA 6 your criminal ventures might just take a whole new turn. Get ready to explore a world where the line between lawful and illicit is more blurred than ever before. And also more will be discussed in this one. Subscribe if you want your GTA 6 criminal life experience to be fascinating. Thank you and let's go. Today, this one appeared on Anita Ward's Spotify. It is sad that this could be a false, but don't you really think that if this were false, Rockstar would have already reported it and this on Anita's profile would have been deleted days ago. Big news coming soon, wait a few minutes and we could see that more logo over there, so it's probably fake, but it won't make sense if Rockstar hadn't reported or removed the GTA 6 logo on Anita's profile, so it makes me think they're using some celebrities to give little teasers. We still don't know what it is all about, but we're going to discuss it a little bit later with more information. There we go, the scale. As 3 most expensive video games, total value is $2 billion, which is Modern Warfare's $1 billion, Red Dead Redemption 2 $540 billion, and 540 million and 436 million in Cyberpunk. 5 most expensive movies, total $2 billion, and there we could see all of them equal an average of $400 million. And the Grand Theft Auto 6 rumored budget $2 billion. Trailer 2 in May. GTA 6's next announcement is expected to be in May before Take-Two's final quarter earnings call, where they will report full fiscal year 2024 results and reveal their plans for fiscal year 2025 as games releasing before April 2025. And this is an unconfirmed information, and this is probably fake just to see people like hyped over it, and maybe they will follow this guy and like make him popular. I don't know what he expected from it, but we already know that this is just all speculations, and you should understand that maybe it is true, but we don't know for sure and for fact, and it's just a speculation right there from that guy. GTA 6's protagonists need to feel different in gameplay. First thing first, let me just say that Rockstar did an amazing job implementing the 3-playable protagonist system in GTA 5. Being able to switch characters on a dime was smooth as hell, and the game wouldn't have been the same without this feature. As that being said, I do have my problems with the system, which I think GTA 6 could rectify. A criticism of GTA 5's 3 protagonists is that they feel too damn similar to play as they all have their own special abilities, but they don't really affect things all that much, as I think that it would be really interesting if Jason and Lucia played differently. And what do you guys think about it? I know some people would want the character to feel the same, or at least similar, but I think for variety's sake, having Jason and Lucia play differently would be really cool. Next up, possible theory regarding the GTA 6 logo on Anita Ward's Spotify. I was thinking about what happened with Anita Ward's Spotify profile and how out of the nowhere the GTA 6 logo popped up. As a musician myself, I know how easy it is to get administrator access to someone's profile on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. And the only thing you need to access said profiles is a proof of ownership, as this means that if hacker gained access to say Anita Ward's Instagram, with just they could also gain access to their Spotify for artist profile, as this system are mostly automated. It's that easy as long as the profile hadn't been previously claimed. What pushed this theory forward even more is that the logo only popped up on Spotify, but Apple Music, Amazon Music, or YouTube Music remains unchanged. And if there were a marketing tactic, wouldn't all music distributors have made a change? This leads to my 2 theories, the first one being a hacker got into her Spotify profile or any of her social media accounts and then used them as proof of ownership to gain access to her Spotify for artist profile, but were unable to access her account on the other platforms. And the second theory is that much more cooler, but I advise you to get your tinfoil hat before you read. So what if it's only popped up on Spotify because they have a deal with Rockstar? As what if we could access Spotify in-game? This would also solve the issue that the logo only popped up on Spotify, as they are the ones that will be working along Rockstar. Sadly, this also brings another issue to the table, that is legality of it all, as Spotify does not own the music and cannot decide whether they can be used in-game. For this to work, Spotify should be in contact with the artist and asking them for their permission to be a part of the deal. And this is not easy to pull off nor to keep a secret. That's why it brings me back to believe it all a hack. But you know, if it happens, then it would be cool as fuck. And people go agreeing with it, and also giving some thoughts on this one. I don't think they would do, because not everyone uses Spotify, and unless Spotify is free, if you own GTA 6, not everyone is gonna want to get Spotify just because of the GTA 6. And if they had a music app on the phone that when you opened it, it would ask you to sign in with the current provider, like cable streaming, then it's a bit better, but even then, your point still stands. Rockstar wants ownership over brands, they don't own real music streaming companies. That would mean there is a payment, and once payment dries out, that would no more music streaming just because the game is 15 years old. I personally believe in in-game music customization, either as a feature in the settings or in the game, by being able to purchase a radio station and having that media player option on the radio, but it would only play the songs that you have checkmarked on the radio station computer. So, or even easier, while holding the radio wheel button, you can tap another button like square to favorite the song, making it play on your playlist station. Could even include a talk show into the favorite system. Stick Ups criminal activity. I always found it strange how in GTA 6 we could have and never we could never rob pedestrians, walking up to a pad just to hold them at gunpoint and demand all their cash. It seems like a pretty standard feature for a game centered around committing crime, but we've never been able to do it before. It was featured in Red Dead Redemption, but has never been a thing in GTA. But that's one feature I hope makes it into the GTA 6 for the first time ever. What are some criminal activities, petty crimes that you hope will be able to commit in GTA 6? Muggings, pickpocketing, and breaking into vehicles to steal their content by not the vehicle itself would be a pretty good way to get settled in early on, as well as maybe a good way to shoehorn in short minigames to get the loot like Chinatown Wars. And it would also mean you could get money of people without having to kill them, which I guess is a plus, as we already had this feature. I would really love some more flashed out petty crimes like this, as there's like 3-hour window in GTA 5 where it makes canonical sense to stick up a quarter store, then after the jewelry store job you never really need to do that again. I'm hoping we'll get a bunch of smaller things like this, and that the story will encourage us to do it as well. And kinda like how stealing stagecoaches and pulling off small robberies played into the "we really need money" thread in early chapter of Red Dead Redemption 2. Not really what you're thinking, but if Lucy and Jason can be independently controlled, which I think is somewhat confirmed since the leaks show them walking in the road independent of each other, plus they can be given commands like Red Dead Redemption 2 horses, then I'm really hoping we can set up a getaway car somewhere with one character, rob a store with other, then switch back and pick up Lucy and Jason, or hopefully even tell the other character to follow you and come pick you up and drive away while you shoot, maybe bring back whistling. Not to mention we can lean out of windows now with the bigger weapons, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm also hoping that if the AI does this when you're driving, you can slam the absolute fuck out of them into a wall, lamppost, power line, etc. That's all the information we got on today's video, and if you're interested in more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.